Well, what's up, dude? How have you been?
Doing good. How was your weekend? Do we need? I think we need to have a little bit of a weekend recap here because I got some stories to tell you, and I think
Hell yeah.
I think that you might too.
I have a couple. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a couple. Do you want to go first?
I can go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last weekend we Daleen and I went to up north Michigan to go skiing
Yeah.
with some of her friends, and I wasn't gonna ski from the get go. I'm not a skier. I don't even pretend to be
that.
I'm more there for I'll be there for the aesthetic though.
Yeah.
I'll go have a cup of coffee at the lodge, watch people
Sure.
come down the hill, but I'm not I
Did
can't
you go on
even
a lift at least?
What's that?
Did you go on like a ski lift at
No,
least?
I didn't even get that close.
Okay. All right.
But I can't even ride a bike without breaking my arm.
That's true.
So
That's true.
I was like, I don't trust myself on skis or
I would not either.
snowboard, nothing. So we went, and the week before, some of her friends went and did like a practice run in the area around here, not up north, not very far away. And one of the girls that went,
I'm confused. Is the group of people that went, are they not skiers?
it's a good question. It's a fair question. I think that they're interested in it. They're not like
A
avid.
new hobby.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I don't even know if it's new. Maybe it's just an interest. I wouldn't even go as far as saying it's a hobby. It's just they're kind of
Maybe they like
interested in it.
saw it at the Olympics and they're like, I got to do this.
Maybe. And I could be misspeaking on their behalf too, but
Sure.
as far as what I know, they're not avid skiers. So the week before we went up north, a couple of the friends in the group did like a practice run somewhere in the area, and one of the girls ended up dislocating her wrist and needed surgery for it. It was that bad.
Oh my God.
So when I heard that, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not skiing. I was like, I wasn't going to before, but now I'm definitely not.
She didn't go on the trip, I'm assuming.
Well, so here's the thing. We went up on a Friday, and she had her surgery scheduled for Friday. So she literally had surgery and came up and hung out with us.
She didn't go back.
No,
at
she
it,
didn't go.
right?
No, but
Okay.
she's a trooper though for
good on you.
doing that and
Yeah.
just to hang out with the group. So, whole weekend she was just like in a sling was all. So, but she was a good sport about it. But then flash forward to Saturday, some of the group goes out skiing. Not everyone. I would say most of the group went skiing. I stayed back, and I stayed back with
Wait, did Daleen ski?
No, she didn't go either.
Okay.
I mean, she was with us, but she
You
didn't.
guys
go
were
skiing.
there for like the vibe.
Pretty much.
I'm
yeah.
picturing like Hot Tub Time Machine when they go to the ski lodge. I'm picturing like that atmosphere. It's a lot of like wood,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yep.
maybe a chandelier made of like elk antlers.
I mean,
in the middle,
we
you know.
didn't stay at the lodge, the like proper. We stayed at like a Airbnb,
Oh, okay.
like literally across the street from the resort. So it was us, and there was like a connected house. Like the other half of the house was rented out to another family.
Oh.
We had the other half of it. I mean, it was pretty big. It was like incredibly tall. I can't even explain the layout. It was like 4 stories.
Yeah.
But
Holy shit.
so it was nice, and there was a hot tub in the other unit. We didn't get the hot tub, but
Okay.
either way, it was like -20 that weekend. So we didn't go outside very much. But anyways, on Saturday I stayed back with most of the other people that didn't go skiing,
Mhm.
and one of them was a someone who's currently pregnant, and it doesn't result in her giving birth. Don't worry. It's not-
Okay.
it's not-
Okay.
You're holding your breath over
Yeah,
there.
I was like, okay.
But her husband went skiing.
Yeah.
And I would say maybe like 2/3 of the way through the day, she gets a text from him that just says, "I'm so sorry." And we're just like, what's going on? Like we were literally about to go like into town and
That's
go.
all he said.
Well, he followed up, but like we were literally
Okay.
about to leave to go like thrifting in like in the town nearby.
Oh, sick.
Um,
Hell yeah. Where was
which-
this? In Nordic, was it?
No, it was Iron Mountain.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Ski Brule was the place that we went to. And so he says that, and we're like, all right, everyone hold up. Like we had our jackets on. We're about to go to the car. Hold up. This guy just texted me that he's so sorry. I want to make sure he's okay. And then he proceeds to follow up with like, I landed funny and I can't even stand up right now. So-
Landed. What do you go off a jump?
I think I don't know if it was a jump or not. It had to have been something where he wasn't on the bunny hill, but he also wasn't on the advanced ski slope or anything.
Sure.
He must have just like
Black Diamond or whatever.
I don't know. But he must have just landed funny doing whatever move. I'm sure it was nothing like a novice move. It wasn't anything
Yeah.
ridiculous. But long story short, he ended up having to go to the hospital, got an X-ray done. He fractured his tibia. Um,
Oh my God.
there's tibia or fibia in your leg. I'm not a doctor, but it was one of the bones.
One of the ibias.
Yeah, one of the bones in your lower part of your leg
Yeah.
by your calf muscle.
Not a clean break, fracture.
Fracture. But also he said that like when he got up, he's like I couldn't. He's like I heard a pop when I like landed, and when I tried to stand up on my own before like ski patrol came to help me out, he's like I couldn't stand on my own weight. So he's like I think it might be worse. And then
Oh my God. I'm vividly picturing it in my head, and
I mean nothing was like poking out. It wasn't like grotesque or anything like that. It was all literally internal, but
man, me being a man who's heard that pop in my body before, it's disturbing, and it's horrible.
so you won't be surprised to find out that he ended up tearing his ACL, MCL, and part of his LCL.
Yep, I know that pop. I know that pop.
So that was my weekend, and I wasn't interested in skiing before, but now I'm definitely not. I never want to go.
No, you got 2 out of the friend group that are down, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So we did end up taking like a group photo of all of us with them in the front of it, because you've got him with the broken leg, with the crutches, and the other girl with a broken arm and a sling.
So he not only fractured the bone in his lower leg, but he also blew his ACL.
You did, yeah.
That's not good.
No.
I don't know who you are, man, but if you're listening to the podcast, RIP. I hope both y'all end up recovering.
Sorry for
well.
both of you. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, but I don't want to go skiing. No. I have really bad knees, and I imagine just it would be instant, me blowing them out,
Yeah, it wouldn't take much, I don't think.
I've gone cross-country skiing. That's fun.
What's the difference?
It's not downhill. So they're like, the skis are almost like rollerblades, where they have like your foot like kind of like comes up like this from the ski, so you can push off, and then you literally just go back and forth like this on flat ground.
Okay.
And you just start cruising on flat ground.
Huh.
It's like rollerblading, but in the snow. It's awesome.
Is there like any sort of elevation change at all?
There can be, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually it's kind of weird, but I took a class in high school where that was the gym class, was cross country skiing.
Dude, I didn't even know that. We went to the same high school.
I know.
I don't remember that ever being an option.
I was the only boy in the entire class. I loved it. Those
That's why you
girls.
took it.
Oh my God, I loved it. They were like, I was kind of seen as like probably like the friend, you know what I'm saying? Like it was, but
like friend zoned.
Friend, but it was like me and like 20 girls. So I was having a ball. It's great. As a teenage boy, look forward to that class every day.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was fun.
But what about you? How was your weekend? I know that you had a pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked exciting at least.
Yeah. I had first house show for my band in probably like 15 years, I want to say, which we had mixed feelings about going into it. We were like, we've played house shows in the past. A house show is basically a show thrown at like a college house or somebody's basement, and you have to pay to get in. There's like a door guy, and then you just pack everybody in a basement.
Everyone stands like this.
Yep, everyone's like directly next to each other. I'm gonna apologize to you right now if I'm harboring something. I was around 150 people. This close to them last night. So
well, I have a tape measure down here. We might be like 4 feet apart. We're probably not.
Yeah, I'm gonna apologize ahead of time. I feel fine,
Okay.
but it was in the back of my mind the entire time last night. But yeah, you're huddled in like sardines basically into a tiny little basement.
Everyone's got their like Keystone Light, and it's like the best day of their life.
Oh yeah. Yep. Lots of characters. Honestly, so we're 32 years old, 33 years old. And like I said, it was 15 years ago the last time we did this. It's basically like a college like house party sort of thing. So we were like going into it like, man, this is going to be great because it's going to be people who are there to listen to that kind of music. They're there to support this kind of music. It's not going to be these bar shows where people are just there to get drunk and be like, yeah, come on, man. You know, it's like people who are really into it.
You guys have been those people before.
Yeah. But on the flip side too, we were like, we're kind of nervous because we might be the oldest people there.
Were you?
No, there was a couple other people that were probably in their 30s, but to be honest, it was a house full of like 22, 24-year-old people.
Okay.
But it was awesome. It was like I would have to say, honestly, probably my favorite show I've ever played
Your whole
in
life?
my whole life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Huh.
was. I'm still riding the high. I've only had a few hours of sleep. Honestly, I just did it last night.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it was crazy. Like the crowd was super receptive, and we sold a ton of merch, and
Hmm.
it was great. But definitely a different type of crowd, you know.
Yeah.
I was thinking the entire time I was there, I was like, I've this is definitely a super underground subculture of like people that I've not seen covered in like the journalism kind of shit that you and I are into. And I was
All
like,
you were thinking about was your
I was like,
journalist,
dude, Bald Bud's here.
Journal Nate.
Yeah, I was like, dude, if Bald Buds could get here and interview these characters, because they're good people, but they're also, it's a subculture. They're a little bit rough around the edges and whatnot.
They all got unique stories.
Yeah, they all got unique stories. So I was thinking, I was like, I have connections now to. There's multiple houses that do these in
Really?
Stevens Point. I guess the scene in Stevens Point is just insane.
Huh.
I think it'd be cool for you and I to just go to one sometime.
Yeah. Are you
And-
planning on doing like another show?
Oh yeah, we will. We'll be back for sure, and we'll probably go play the other houses that are there as well and whatnot. We made some pretty good connections with them, and honestly, everybody was just unbelievably welcoming and nice. It was a breath of fresh air,
Yeah.
as opposed to everybody being cutthroat and like after a set, somebody being like, "Nice set, man." Like it was really cool. But I think it would be really fun if you and I went and we did like a short documentary, like a Bald Buds documentary, and we just like interviewed people. And I know you're not as familiar with that as I am, and it would be kind of like
Doing the journalism stuff?
like no doing the just like that kind of scene.
Mhm.
Like I know that you've been to maybe a couple of those kind of house shows, but nothing like what I experienced last night, man. It was crazy.
Man, from memory, I can only think of like one or no, maybe at least like 2 house shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are different. It's a different vibe for sure.
I think I know exactly what you're thinking of,
Probably do, yeah.
which is I think the last one I played.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, little plug for your band, Grim Waters. Go give them a follow.
G-Dubs, give him a follow. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Follow Grim Waters.
Go check them out. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Also, I was thinking recently, because I know we're in the time frame calendar wise of like really big NFL stuff right now. Like we've got playoffs coming up.
Yep.
Super Bowl, by the time this episode comes out, might be right around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was gonna ask you a first question about how much do you know about football to begin with?
I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm not gonna bullshit anyone that's listening. I truly have maybe watched maybe like a full game 2 or 3, and they've only been Super Bowls. So I've never watched a game that's not a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen like obviously like hanging out with you guys at a bar or something, and it's like on the screen, and I'll like look at it every so often or whatnot. But I know almost next to nothing. I don't
Okay.
know the rules of the game. I know you have to get the ball into the big fork, into the field goal, right?
At
into
some
the
point,
goal
yeah.
post or whatever. And I know that you can kick it, but I know that there's a certain time and place for that. And I know that you can spike it, and I know that you can just run into it with it in your hand, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can't throw it into like the goal area, right?
No, you can't throw it into the fork, as you said.
Yes.
Field goal
Yeah.
post. You can't throw it into that. You can only kick it into that thing.
Yep.
But you can throw it into the end zone,
Yeah.
or run it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
But
Right.
that's really honestly all I know. I don't know a lot about it.
I think one of those 3 games, I know exactly which one it was. It was when Star Wars Force Awakens was playing a trailer, the first trailer for the new Star Wars movie. You came over and like left after halftime.
Yeah, I did. But I think I also, dude, I was so panicked. I'm remembering this now. We came over. Force Awakens was doing the first trailer during the Super Bowl. I was so hyped. But then we were having connection issues.
Oh
You
yeah.
remember that? We were having like you were trying to like cast it from like a laptop or something like
Yeah.
that to your TV, and you're having connection issues. You guys got it figured out right before the trailer started, but I was sitting there sweating. I was like, I did not just sit here for the last hour and a half watching this football game only to miss this thing that I've been waiting my entire life for.
I remember plain as day. You actually got up out of your seat and stood in front of our TV. And it was, as like the connection issue started, you went from like like all the joy like was drained from your face, and you're like almost like, and of course this is happening to me.
Yep.
Type of
I'm
thing.
thinking in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna have to watch this on YouTube 10 minutes from now. I was like, come on. Come on.
I'm gonna be 10 minutes late to the party
Yeah.
again.
Dude, for real though, that trailer was insane.
It was
I
good.
think I watched it like every day after that.
Yeah.
Finn like coming up out of breath. Like I will never forget that trailer. That
Yeah.
trailer was
It was good.
incredible.
Yeah. But anyways, my question isn't about not so much like the logistics of football or anything, or who do you think is going to win, but I was thinking the other day, like in the NFL, I wonder if there's like, because there's a lot of like talk that we probably don't hear as like fans about like when the players talk to other teammates or even their own teammates. Yeah, I wonder who like, it's a very physical sport. They're
Uh-huh.
like, big sweaty guys always like, rubbing up against each other, which honestly you might really be into it. So
Oh,
And-
shoot. I have to
you might have to watch
tune
it.
in a little bit.
Yeah. But anyways, it's I wonder if there's any like chatter amongst like the NFL players on like who the stinkiest guy is in the league.
100% there is.
Like, and then I also wonder who that guy is and if he like just owns it. Like if you're like lining up to go like square up against this guy, you're like, oh shoot, I gotta.
He purposely, it's like Roman tactics
Could
where like
be, yeah,
back
that's
in like
What
Spartan,
I would do.
they just like smelled like shit on purpose, to like intimidate the enemies and whatnot. Like I can picture like the cons doing that, the great cons and
He doesn't
whatnot.
shower for like a week leading up to it, and then he just literally covers himself in like dog feces right before the game.
Yeah. Dude, it's kind of similar to that. I do really like the videos where it's like them mic'd up
Oh yeah,
or whatever. I do think those are funny as hell.
Yeah.
Where you hear them like saying some pretty funny shit out on the field and whatnot.
Which is why I think that like I was like, has the NFL just never aired that stuff? Like some of
Yeah.
the funny side commentary, like yo, Jenkins smells like like butt today,
There's got to be reputations for each of them.
There has to be.
Yeah.
And also I another thing, I wonder what all is said at the bottom of those like piles when they're like trying to recover a fumble and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if someone's like, because there's like all the guys got like a pretty good sense of humor. If anyone at the bottom of the pile is just like jumping on the pile for the fun of it to like make more chaos, and they're just like at the bottom like, hello, you.
Or like, oh, daddy.
Yeah, right. Like they're saying some funny stuff down there. Like
yeah. I'm picturing that for sure.
yeah.
I think it'd be fun if you and I, I think it'd be fun if you and I like did commentary for a game or something. Like put it up on a TV and you and I like watched a game and I told you what I thought was going on.
Yeah.
And we almost acted as like, what are they called? Sportscasters,
Sports analysts or
sports
whatever.
analysts or whatever. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be honest too, I'm not like the biggest football guy. I don't claim to know everything or
You're a Viking guy though, right?
I mean, I'd say I'm like fair weather. I only lived in Minnesota for like a year,
Yeah.
and I was like one. So I've got family that roots for that team, and so I mean, whenever they are doing good, it's fun to root for the home team. But also, I consider like Wisconsin kind of like the home team too. Like it was cool when they won the Super Bowl just to
Yeah.
like be a part of it in the area. So
I mean, the one thing I know is that the Packers are owned by the state. They're owned by the people, which is why we have such a freaking deep-seated love for them, right?
Yeah.
Am I right on that, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could care less, to be honest. Sorry, guys. I could. Yeah. Also, get your shit figured out with people having like brain injuries and shit. Get it figured out.
Someone's got to fix those concussions,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, for real. I wanted to talk to you about something that's in the news right now that I was seeing, and I didn't know if you knew about it. Do you know about the most recent? Well, first of all, let me ask you this: do you know about the Drake Kendrick beef?
I've heard talk about it.
Okay, it's been going on for over a year now.
Yeah. So I'm being honest, I don't really know exactly what the beef is about, but I know that there is beef.
Sure.
And I think I've only heard that it like picked up a lot recently.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Well, like within the last like week, there's been something that is mind blowing to me.
Okay.
That I wanted to like talk about. I thought was like kind of interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard this yet.
First of all, it's just a regular rap battle, right? It's like two guys just going back and forth. There's really it's not that serious. It has recently with some of the allegations that Kendrick has had towards Drake and whatnot.
Yeah.
And due to the allegations that he has said in his songs, "You're Not Like Us," I want to say is called. It's really tanked
Okay.
Drake's career. Like he's
Huh.
kind of got the world against him, sort of thing.
I mean, but to be honest, I don't, he doesn't hold a candle
Oh, I
to
agree.
Kendrick
Oh,
Lamar.
yeah, I agree.
In my opinion,
No,
yeah.
I would agree with you 100%. I would agree with you 100%. But it's been like a fair rap battle back and forth. Nobody's crossed any lines or anything like that. It's been very like fair. But since this last song came out, like I said, like ticket sales are down for the guy. He's got a lot of hate out for him right now.
For Drake?
Yeah, there was even like somebody like raided his house. Like there was like
Oh,
somebody tried to like break into like a calculated raid.
not
or-
the FBI or anything.
No,
or,
like a hate fan, like somebody due to the beef or whatever. But recently, Drake is suing Universal Music Group because of which is a massive. I mean, it's like a huge corporation that mass distributes music and has like record labels underneath it and whatnot. It's like an overarching umbrella of like record labels underneath it, and he's suing them for defamation because of
Wait,
them.
hold on. Are they both part of the same like UMG then? Are they both?
I don't know if I would assume. I think,
Okay.
but I don't know if Drake. I don't know if Drake is or not. But basically, UMG has been pushing. They've been pushing the song "You're Not Like Us" because the world likes it. TikTok likes it. People like it. People are into it, right? So they've obviously been promoting it. They've been helping distribute and whatnot, and it's kind of wrecked his career. And so now he's suing for defamation, which is honestly insane. It's like I don't think he will, but if he were to win the lawsuit, that would change the course of music for the rest of our lives. We would not be able to write about people anymore. We would not be able to, it's like almost like freedom of speech in a way, there would be like crazy rules set up for musicians and whatnot. But at the same time, dude, he looks bad doing that. It's like, dude, it's a rap battle. Like you talk shit too,
right.
like
maybe if you wrote better music, then you wouldn't be in this position.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe if your
diss-
clapbacks were a little bit better,
So I was thinking
maybe
if your diss
yeah.
track was better, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
if it was more better for TikTok and going viral with someone's reels or
Or maybe just don't be a creep too.
that plays a big part into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought it was interesting. I think that like nothing like this has happened before where somebody
Is that kind of what his diss tracks like or Kendrick's clapbacks are like? Are they
yeah.
talking about that with him being a creep and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, sorry, you had it coming to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of interesting and I'm excited to see the result of the lawsuit. I'm excited to see the future of it. I was watching I do want to cite my sources. I was watching some Anthony Fantano videos of him kind of breaking it down.
Okay.
And then I was reading some other articles and whatnot, but just fascinating to me.
Interesting. Yeah. If I had to guess, I don't think that he's going to win.
Nope, I don't either.
I think it's going to be kind of like a fair use situation type of thing.
Oh, it's got to be.
And considered like in the public eye that like
It would be like if I went around slapping people in the face and then somebody slapped me in the face and then I tried to sue them for slapping me in the face, but I'm like a habitual slapper in the face.
yeah.
Like dudes writing diss tracks nonstop about people.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?
Yeah. And that hasn't been something that's new. Like that's been going on for a long time.
A long time. He has a discography of diss tracks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not just him, just the industry in general. People have been doing it.
What was started rap?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
I mean, I know Eminem did it recently too, but sometimes I feel like
Yeah.
these guys do this just for the publicity.
Oh, 100%. Like they're in on it together.
Yeah.
Like they're like, hey, we're actually really cool, but let's talk shit about each other to get everybody hyped up. I 100% think that's yeah.
Because I do feel like that's what happened with like Eminem's whole beef, like not too long ago. I think it was a couple years
With
ago.
MGK?
Yeah, with
I
MGK.
don't know, man. That one I don't know.
That was personal, you
I
think?
feel like it might have been. Yeah, that one I do. Just because I've seen a lot of interviews and I've been like, I don't know, man. This MGK guy is like, I think he was trying to get clout off of it, but I do think that I don't think that they like talked beforehand and were like, we're gonna do this. I think he was like,
And I think that's kind of what Eminem's like clapbacks were about, was like, you're just trying to use me for clout.
yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
yeah.
But I don't think it was calculated, I guess,
No.
you know.
So did you say that you were seeing that like on like TikTok or Instagram, like all the beef or something? Or
Yeah, basically like my YouTube was just like riddled with it. It was
Okay.
like tons of videos and the needle drop Anthony Fantano. I know he's a polarizing guy. Some people are like he's really entitled, and some people are like they love him. I kind of like him. I'm not gonna lie, but that's like mainly like where I was kind of getting that from YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. My YouTube or like Instagram feed lately has been guys shaving their eyelashes. Have you heard about this?
No.
It's bizarre. It's videos of guys that are deciding to shave not their eyebrows, their eyelashes because they think it's too feminine to have eyelashes.
Why is that popping up in your feed?
I don't know. I'm surprised you haven't seen it.
Seen anything like that. Are they just using like scissors to trim them?
No, I think it's like the guys will like close their eyes and they'll have like someone with like a beard trimmer just like
I need you to
off.
Send me a video of this.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you could probably even find it just like Google or like in your Instagram or TikTok, like guys shaving eyelashes, and you'll see like a bunch of them. I'm not even lying. It's like a huge thing right now.
I have really thick eyelashes.
Yeah, I mean, like those guys would love to shave yours. But they look goofy. They look so bad after they've shaved them.
They look creepy.
Kind of, yeah.
Uncanny looking.
Like it almost looks like like they were born without eyelashes except for like a little bit of stubble. I don't know how to describe it. It's so
weird.
It's so weird. I don't know why they're doing it, but
it's like some crazy like masculine energy.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. But that's been kind of like what my feed has been.
Just shaved eyelashes.
I mean, it isn't every video, but it's
yeah.
I see a lot of them, and
I gotta check this out. I've never even heard of that. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I mean, never mind.
That is crazy. Yeah. Tell you what, man, that's some crazy stuff.
That's crazy, man.
Crazy.
I would never shave my eyelashes though. I really like my thick eyelashes. The only problem is I get a lot in my eyes. Like
a lot of people would be jealous of your eyelashes.
I've heard, and my eyebrows. I have like old man, like I got a lot of hair. Like they start to kind of like curl up if I don't shave them.
You got a lot to work with.
Yeah, I got a lot to. I could shave them down if need be. You know, to like kind of sculpt them. But
you're blessed everywhere south of the dome.
I would agree. Yeah. I mean, I don't have the best like beard in the world. I'd say that it could be better, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. Yeah.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Appreciate that, man. You as well. You as well. You as well. Have you seen any good movies lately?
Oh man, let me see. No.
No.
Daleen has been obsessed with Wicked. So that I think she even paid to rent it after it came out. It's already like on streaming now. So like that's been going on.
Did you watch it?
No. That's just been like playing nonstop in her house. And then she'll sing it too.
Alice is wanting to buy the DVD. We're on a big like physical media kick in my household where like Alice is trying to just like buy all of her favorite movies on DVD, and then I'm trying to kind of like recoup my video game collection from when I was a kid, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I saw a movie recently that I was really hyped about. Like I was super stoked about it.
We're not a movie podcast.
We're not. But I just wanted to talk to you about this movie because it was the most ridiculous thing I've seen in a long time. I literally, as I was watching it, and I got maybe like two-thirds of the way through, I decided it's probably in my top 5 worst movies I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, it was horrendous.
Worse than the Vanessa Hudgens Christmas movies we've been watching?
I had more fun watching that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a better movie than that, but I had a better experience watching the Vanessa Hudgens movies than watching this, especially because I went into this movie with the world telling me that it's going to be freaking awesome.
Okay. What movie is it?
It's called Oddity. And it is, so basically 2024, I will say, was just stacked for horror. It was like the year for horror. There was so many good horror movies that came out, or suspense or thrillers, that I was like,
so it's a horror movie?
Hell yeah. So it's a horror movie, right? And a lot of people were telling me that this is in like the top 5. It was like one of the 4 horsemen of 2024, basically. Okay. And it's a movie that I just want to tell you this plot. I laugh every time I think about it. It's insane. Basically, it's a movie about twin sisters, which is weird. The Princess Switch.
It's
kind of weird. Yeah.
I mean, it's not triplets weird, but it's...
Yeah, but it is. It's twin sisters. One of them...
You just got to think for twin sisters in movies, I think.
Dude, those Bud Light commercials, man. That's kind of weird. Back in the 90s when they're like... You ever seen those commercials where I don't remember what they're like, but it's like, I like this, and I like twins.
That's all they were about.
Yeah, and it was like two blonde, like hot bombshell, like women that were twins, and it's
Yeah.
like, dude, that's kind of incestual and
I feel like there was a lot of movies that also came out in like the late 90s, early 2000s that
sexualizing twins.
had twins in them too. Yeah. Now that you say that, like
Yeah.
I'm just like connecting the dots. But also it made me think of this is way off topic from where you were going, but there's
Yeah.
an old Folgers commercial
Yeah.
where it's like a brother and sister that are like home for the holidays or whatever.
Oh God, where are you going with this?
And I mean, it's a real thing. I'm not making this up.
Yeah,
It's a real
yeah.
commercial, but like what I think what the setup is like the guy's been like abroad or like studying away from home, and he's like home for the holidays, and it looks like they're dating, but they're like brother and sister.
What year is this?
This was like early 2000s.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know the exact year, but like it basically is like it's like Christmas morning or it's like the Christmas Eve morning, like it's somewhere around Christmas, and they're talking. They're like in their like early 20s probably.
Okay.
And they were just like asking each other like what they got each other for Christmas and stuff. And she like takes a bow and like puts it on him like on his like chest, and she's
Oh
she's like,
God,
"You're my present this year."
dude.
And it's like weirdly like romantic, and they're like brother and sister, and like their mom and dad walk into the frame at the end of it, and they kind of just like it almost looks like they like straighten up.
Oh my
At
God,
least that's how I'm remembering it. It might not be that way, but
dude. They started that whole messed up trend of stepbrother stuff. I
That's-
can't get into that. That's not.
coming for you, Folgers. You're the
You're the originator of the messed up world we're in now on the internet.
get your head out of the gutter, and also get your coffee out of the gutter too.
Yeah, yeah.
Some better coffee.
God, that's crazy. I'm gonna have to look that up though. I've never heard of that before. That's gross. Ugh. But this
Sorry.
movie, yeah.
Side tangent.
No,
sorry.
you're totally good. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you did. This movie is about two twin sisters. One is like a totally normal person who has like a
not directed by Folgers.
not directed by Folgers. Yeah,
Okay.
and there's no weird sexual energy between these
Okay.
two at all. In
Thank
fact,
God.
one of them dies like right away.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, spoiler alert.
Spoilers ahead. I'm about to tell the whole freaking in like 3 sentences this whole movie. So there's twin sisters. One of them's like a totally normal person. One of them is a blind witch who owns an oddity store.
Okay.
Which, do you know what like an oddity store is?
Is it just like someone who sells rocks?
Kind. Like one of those gym stores or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's what I'm thinking
Kinda,
of.
yeah, it's like adjacent. It's like a parallel.
You like walk in and it smells like incense or something.
Yeah,
like,
you're on the right page. But like think of like
it's open all the time, but like the lights are never on. That's
yeah, think
kinda
of
just-
like weird taxidermy, like a bat that's taxidermized. Think of like
the lady that owns it is like got a million necklaces on.
yeah.
That's just what I'm picturing. And she sells rocks.
There's like fetuses of like deer in like jars and stuff. This
Yeah.
is like there's places like this you can go to, and like even in Wisconsin, Alice and I have been to one. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's oddities. It's like weird stuff you can buy, like shrunken heads and stuff like that. You know?
So one of them is clearly the is doing well. The other one is kind of
Well,
Not
I
pulling
mean,
their
I
weight.
guess whatever your definition of well is. I mean, the one owning the oddity store is also a thriving business.
that's what I'm saying. Like she's the one that's
Oh,
like
she's the one. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The other one though is like an architect or
she's
something.
just
I don't
a
remember.
normie. She's a normie.
She is totally normal.
Okay.
But she's married to this guy who owns like a mental health facility, or not owns. He's like a doctor at a mental health facility.
The normie one.
The normie one.
Okay.
He's her husband is or whatever. Well, beginning of the movie, the normal sister gets murdered. She dies right away.
Okay.
Okay, plot. I'm going to give it to you very quick version here. So we then cut to husband of the normal wife or the normal sister.
Owns the
He
mental clinic.
Owns the mental clinic.
Yep.
He's got a new girlfriend who's a young blonde like secretary at the mental clinic, right?
Okay.
Other witch doctor oddity sister is like, I think that dude murdered his
Seems sus.
yeah, I think he was seeing the chick and
Yeah.
murdered his wife or whatever. So
Kinda
she
quick.
decides
Kind of quick.
she decides she's gonna create. She's got an oddity in her place of a wooden man. It's a human being made of wood, and she's gonna put a bunch of weird stuff inside his head and say some seances. And this
like a voodoo doll.
like a human-sized wooden voodoo doll.
Okay.
And this movie is literally about this. She delivers the wooden man to his doorstep.
Like
He-
Trojan horse style.
Trojan horse in a chest. Yeah, Trojan horse style. They open it up, and it's just about this wooden man then murdering them. And it's like it has a 96 on Rotten Tomatoes.
So like the wooden man becomes like a Chucky type of thing, and like
He becomes a like a possessed like wooden like
an actual creature.
yeah, like
Okay.
yep. And it's so bad. There's no plot in my opinion. But like the world is loving it, and I feel so bad like being like such a big horror guy. I wish I could join the fun and be like this rocks, but I couldn't get into the wooden man.
You're just like, I don't get it.
It was like me with Donnie Darko, where I was hung up on the bunny. I was really hung up on the wooden
Oh
man.
yeah, you were. You still are.
I am.
Yeah.
On the bunny?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I don't understand what the purpose of the bunny was in Donnie Darko. For all you Donnie Darko fans, man, I'm sorry. I don't know what y'all see in that film.
If anyone can explain it, leave a comment.
Please
Help
do.
us out.
I don't understand it. And isn't there like a guy underneath it too? It's not like he's an entity. It's like there's like
Yeah, it's just a person in like a Halloween costume. Is all it is.
I don't get it. I don't
Maybe if you rewatched it in your old age now,
Yeah.
maybe you would understand it more.
Yeah, it was high school when I checked it out.
It's been a minute since I've seen it too, so
Maybe we need to rewatch that movie.
maybe we
And
should.
do like a
I also think what would be really fun is if each of us picked a childhood movie favorite of ours,
Yeah.
and like gave it to the other person to watch as like a homework assignment,
I'm in. Let's do it.
and then like we come back and talk about
I'm so in.
like I mean, I would talk about why it was impactful for me as a kid, and then I also want to get like your adult perspective of it, like having never seen.
I want to do that
this movie.
tomorrow. Let's do that, man.
I don't have anything going on tomorrow, so we'll figure it out. I'm not going to spoil anything.
Wait, what's the age range? So you said childhood movie. Like, what's the cutoff?
I would say probably up until like
12.
I was gonna say 12.
Yeah.
So like
It's like before your teens.
yeah, but I mean like the movie could still be like a PG-13 movie, or
Yeah.
like there could be any age rating. I know that you've seen Men in Black when you were 3 years old.
Me
so.
up, dude.
Yeah.
Mess me up, man. What a callback.
Yeah.
You been playing any good games lately? Video games?
Dave the Diver,
Dude.
which is like a really relaxing, fun game to just come home to and like screw around on. Make some sushi in your restaurant and stuff. It's also like a really cheap game too, and
Yeah.
it's an indie developer. So I mean,
Dude, I'm so glad that you brought that up
like why not support it? So
because right now I'm a little late to the game myself, but I'm on that wavelength so hard.
with Dave the Diver,
No,
Oh.
I have a very similar type style game though. I am so unbelievably addicted. Like it is
Not
the
scro-
what's
not
that?
scroll with a gun.
No, I'm over scroll with a gun.
Okay.
Was good though. Was good. Another indie developer, but it was fun. It was fun.
Is there like a twist ending to it?
I didn't finish it.
Oh, okay.
It just kind of like I was saying in the previous episode, it was literally just like
mindless fun.
mindless you running around and shooting people as a squirrel with a gun. But
Sounds
this
fun.
game, I know you've heard of it because it's pretty popular. Power Wash Simulator. I'm obsessed. I cannot stop. It is the perfect game to shut your mind off, and it is so satisfying and so rewarding when you finish it. And there are certain things that you have to wash that are so difficult to wash, and you have to use different chemicals and different types of sprayers, and you can upgrade your sprayers and get different nozzle attachments, and it's almost kind of like a platforming game too, where you have to get the right angle. You have to jump on things to get the right angle to
Like
be
on top
able
of your car.
yeah, to get the haunted house that you're cleaning or whatever, or I just cleaned the little woman in a shoe, that fairy tale. I just cleaned her shoe home
Whole house.
yesterday. Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, I've never heard of that game, but I'm not surprised there's a simulator for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a simulator game for everything nowadays.
I
feel like.
love it. Power Wash Simulator. I cannot stress enough how therapeutic it's been for me this last week.
That's good.
And like I get home from work, and if like work was a tough day, it's like it just shuts my brain off. I don't think about I'm not even thinking about the game. I'm just like
I got to do this.
I love it.
Is it on PlayStation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably get it on computer too, I assume.
Yeah.
PC.
Oh, I guess I did start recently playing one of the Metroid games for Game Boy Advance. I've got
which one?
I've got an old emulator, or not old, but it's a small emulator
Yeah.
gamer thing. Shoot, what's it called? Metroid. Let's start with an F. Metroid Fusion. Yeah, I think that's
Yep.
the one.
That
Yeah,
game rocks, dude.
I'm having a lot of fun. I'm
Yeah.
only in like the very beginning of it still, but I'm I've gotten like a couple of upgrade abilities, like
Yeah.
being able to like shoot rockets and stuff. So I'm still pretty early into the game, I think.
Yeah.
But no, that's fun. It's fun to just kind of like,
That's funny. I have up on my to play. I think I mentioned on a previous episode, shout out my brother. He sold me back my original game collection, Nintendo and GameCube.
dude's making a profit off of a hand me down, pretty much.
Dude, I know, right? I know.
It's things that you both co-owned.
Yeah.
He took, and now he's selling
He
it
has
back.
every
to
right.
you.
I get the logic, I get it. It's like I gave him these things, and
He had to store it. It took up space,
and
so-
they're worth a lot more than he sold it to me for. So
True.
honestly, shout out Joe. You did give me an insane deal on all the old retro stuff. But one of the games is Metroid Prime just Metroid Prime.
Is that a GameCube game?
It's a GameCube game, and
I
I'm
remember that one.
I'm really excited to play that.
Never owned a GameCube, but I remember that one coming out, like seeing it in like a Walmart when you're like,
Yeah,
when you're
it's
like
a first-person
you're, like,
Metroid game.
standing there with your like neck craned up as a
Yeah.
kid trying to play it. Those were the
Dude,
days.
we're
Though.
showing our age, man.
It's probably why our necks hurt so much.
Dude, true. Not because I'm going like this all day yesterday,
I still remember one of my first times playing Halo in a mall though,
Dude.
and I'll probably never forget it because it was like we didn't have a lot of like consoles growing up when I was a
Yeah.
kid, but I remember being in a mall and like Halo being like demoed on this like console. It wasn't like Walmart, it was some like strip mall type of thing at the
Yeah.
time. And I remember I was having so much fun with it. I think it was like literally just like a sandbox mode. It wasn't like a mission or anything. It was kind of like if someone were to just do like a multiplayer map, open world
Yep.
type of thing.
It was like Blood Gulch.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yep,
I
yeah.
was just driving around in the Warthog and like just by myself, like just doing that was like mind blowing. I was like, this is the future.
I'm 100% with you. I was not allowed to buy M-rated games when that game came out,
Mm-hmm.
but a mutual friend that we have, Garrett, his parents allowed him to buy any video game he wanted.
Wow.
And I would go over to his house and I play M-rated games at his house. And he's the one who got me into Halo when I was younger. And yeah, I remember being a little middle schooler playing that and Resident Evil and Ninja Gaiden with him and just dude just exposed me to some crazy
Just living life.
video games. I miss LAN parties. I miss couch co-op.
Dude, yeah. Dude, we did a LAN party with our cousins one time. Do you remember Left 4 Dead?
Yeah, definitely.
We loved that game. It was me and my brother.
Dude, you were living in that game.
That was my life for a while. Yeah.
Yes.
Was that and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Those
Yep.
were my number 1 and number 2.
For all those super sleuths out there, dude made a movie about it. If you can find it, it does exist. And I know where to get it, but it's out there.
It's back before like proper like I don't want to take credit for starting like the montage trend, but that's what it was. It was like a montage of me playing, but it was done so poorly. It was still like the tube TV that we had in our basement. It wasn't like a
I was talking about the live action movie you made.
I
Called
thought
Zombies. I didn't know you made a montage of you playing it.
I did. Maybe I'm giving up too much right now.
I had no idea about that.
But it was Call of Duty. It wasn't a Left 4 Dead that I took
Okay.
took video footage of.
No, I'm talking about you were so into Left 4 Dead that you made a live action like Left 4 Dead film.
Yep.
It was a short film, and it's out there.
But it was also based on a I don't know how you would describe it, like a night game that like some of our friends would used to
I
play.
think that's a good way to say it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it was kind of a combination of both because like I remember like high school, like zombies was the thing. Like,
Yeah.
just in general, like Walking Dead was out.
Dawn of the Dead remake.
Yeah. Everyone was hard in the paint for zombies back
Yep.
then. Like 2008, maybe like 2007 to
I think even
2010.
earlier. Yeah, like
Yeah.
2004 even.
Yeah. It was
You
like
had 28 Days Later. You had the Dawn of the Dead remake.
yeah.
Shaun
Shaun of the Dead.
of the Dead. Yeah.
Yeah. It was an era for sure.
The zombie era.
Yeah, the zombie era. Living our best zombie era. But yeah, so I mean, we did make a movie kind of promoting that, but also like I thought it was fun to just be like, what if we just got some friends together and we got a lot of people together to do this.
Probably
It
like
was,
35 people.
yeah, it was kind of crazy for like high schoolers to do that. Especially with like the technology we had back then, which was like I were to go back and watch it, you probably couldn't see a damn thing in the video. It's probably just so
It's
dark.
pretty black.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember it's out at night, and I remember you had like a ton of like floodlights
Yeah.
that you were trying to set up to get everybody, on camera and whatnot. It's just called Zombies though. So, if you type in Ryan Kimball on YouTube and then Zombies, you might find it.
Yeah, I think it's on Facebook for sure,
I
but
know, yeah, it is.
you might have to dig for it though.
Yeah.
But that's an oldie but a goodie.
I derailed though. Left 4 Dead you were talking about in general.
Well, let me go back and finish what I was saying about the Call of Duty montage video that I made.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
It's just like
I did not know about that.
like a kill montage of whenever you would like in a team deathmatch,
like no
match.
scopes and stuff like that.
Yeah, ridiculous things that happen. But it was back before I had any like sort of capture card ability. I was playing on a console, so there was like I had nothing else to use besides like a camera that I had on a tripod behind my back over my shoulder that was like zoomed in to like fit the TV screen perfectly. So
Oh,
it
so you didn't
looked like,
see you?
No, you didn't see
Oh,
me.
okay.
But it looked like it was just capturing it like natively, but it was literally just a screen recording of a TV screen. So it looked awful.
Okay.
But I remember making that, and then it kind of spawned like some of my other friends or cousins like made their own like Call of Duty montage thing. So I mean, like I'm saying, I don't want to take credit for like the Call of Duty montage trend that's out there still,
Yeah, dude.
but I was one of the first people. So
I mean,
claim to fame
go
right there.
back that you're just filming a tube TV. That is,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Using what I had
Have
at the
good
time.
like views on it. Did it like blow up?
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it was.
All
I
right.
think I even might have just said it's a private because I would just share it with like friends or like the people that I played with. I would just share it with them.
Kind of like around the same time of that was like a big like people taking like anime like Dragon Ball Z clips, chopping them up and like making their own like music videos. Like they'd have like Headstrong. They'd be like, Headstrong, I'll take you on, take on anyone. Yeah, yeah. And they would just be like, Kamehameha, like behind it and like that was hot. That was a big thing.
Those.
Oh, it was that was like a huge thing.
Yeah, maybe I'm
Yeah.
just misremembering, but I there's probably no way I could have not.
But
seen any of
I
that.
see those as like parallels, and I know what you're talking about. Kill montages was like that was
Yeah.
such a big thing.
the 360 no scope videos and just
Yes.
ridiculous stuff that could happen.
I'm such a bad gamer, dude. I'm horrible at video games. I'm terrible. Like I would never be able to accomplish anything like that.
I've definitely degraded over time myself.
Yeah, I'm garbage.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I'm like, I'm having my own fun, my own pace.
Part of me still misses like the competitive nature of like multiplayer
Yeah.
gaming, but at the same time, whenever I try to do it nowadays, it's like I've lost my edge. I feel like I'm just.
Well, it's because the people that are on there are spending their life's hours doing it.
I mean, that was me back in the day.
Exactly.
Too,
Well,
so-
you didn't have a job. You're a
Right.
kid. You have
Yeah.
time to do that. You
Yeah.
know.
But also, I feel like nowadays the matchmaking they do is way more. There's like more science behind it now than there was in the past. Like you would
True.
just get thrown into random lobbies with people back in the old Call of Duty days,
Yeah. True.
or shoot, maybe even like the old Halo days. There was
Yeah.
no like skill based matchmaking, which is all the rage now. It's like you only really play against people that are in your like skill range,
Yep.
and it just kind of makes it a grind. It's like you don't really have those matches where you either lose by a lot or you win by a ton.
Yep.
It's all like everything is really neck and neck, which is fair, but at the same time, it's like those are some of like the best moments that you have in gaming. Is when
I
you
agree.
have-
When you're like, oh, it's a level freaking 105 Army cadet, and he's just like taking everybody out, and you and your crew is like, dude, we gotta get him.
yeah,
And then when you get him, you're like, dude, we got him. Yeah.
and the skills, the score is like 7,500 to 1,000.
But at least you took him out once.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of the fun thing. And then on the flip side, when you do get good at a game and you're thrown into like a low level lobby, then you just destroy people, and you make that your montage.
So much shit. Yeah. Yeah. That's so funny, man. Yeah, I'm very much a noob, as they would say back in the early 2010s. This episode is slowly becoming the nostalgia episode.
A little bit, yeah.
But I would say that the only game I did that with was Modern Warfare 2. And I did really get into it. I was garbage at it. I was really, really bad at it, but I still had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
The maps were sick.
they were.
The
Yeah.
guns were cool. The gameplay was really tight for the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I had some dudes that also were not that great that I played with. I had two friends that also were complete garbage. And so it was like 3 really shitty dudes playing, and we were called Fupa Clan.
Because you could only have 4 characters. in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
clan.
we were called Fupa. Well, no, because we were all overweight.
Okay. That's good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was my first Call of Duty game, was Modern Warfare 2, and in my opinion, it's the best one. But I've heard that like earlier versions are better. But I mean, I can only compare it to that one for me because I never went back and played any of the older stuff. But yeah,
I'm about to. This is a great segue here. I'm about to go even deeper in this. Were you a Medal of Honor guy?
No, wait, I might have played it on like PSP.
PSP.
I think they had a
You
Medal
had
of Honor.
PSP?
Yeah, for like I think it was after high school
Okay.
when I got it.
Did you ever play SOCOM on PSP?
I don't think so. I only had like 3 games. It was like a Medal of Honor, Ridge Racer, and
Nice.
something else. I can't remember, but Ridge Racer looked really good on it. It was pretty good graphics.
The games on PSP looked amazing. I had a
Yeah.
PSP too. But the band was talking about this last week. We were talking about how as kids, we were Medal of Honor kids over Call of Duty. So the first Call of Duty game that I ever played was Modern Warfare 2.
Really?
And
Okay.
I was hard in the paint for Medal of Honor because of the historical accuracies of it.
True.
They were
Yeah.
super historically accurate and like really respectful about it. It was
Yeah, Modern Warfare's over the years gotten like kind of arcadey. with
Yeah,
some of the
yep,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a game that I currently just finished for GameCube that I played as a kid called Medal of Honor Frontline. And you should see if it's available on PC, man, because it's so cool.
I should
It's
take a
such a
look,
great, it's such a great first person shooter. And it basically follows the story to a T of Saving Private Ryan. It does. It follows it to a T of Saving Private Ryan, dude.
You can't resist bringing up Saving Private Ryan in every episode.
I love it, dude. I love it. I don't know.
I was not even expecting that. I was not ready for that, man.
I didn't pre-plan that either. I literally it hit me. I was like, it literally is the retelling of that movie. Yeah. It's good though. You should check it out.
All right, I'll take a look.
Did you see the hate comment on our TikTok recently? There was
Which one?
There was
The recent one?
maybe not the recent, maybe like a couple days ago. There's something on there that just says the comments just shut the fuck up. It's literally what the comment says. I was like, damn. First like really hateful comment.
No, I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, it just says
Someone trying to
I think
be
it just says,
edgy.
please shut the fuck up.
Someone trying to be edgy, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I was
funny.
like, we made it, man.
We're getting in their feeds somehow. My favorite comment that we've gotten so far is just these 2 random guys arguing that they think that the bald guy is funnier than the other bald guy.
That is a clever.
And the other guy is like, no, I think the other bald guy is funnier.
I want to actually, I'm glad that we're on topic of comments. I felt pretty proud of myself that I got a response from the Blue Man Group
Yeah.
earlier this week. I was feeling feral and I was just like, I'm just gonna go on all these bald people's, like big bald people's Instagrams and start commenting just like wild stuff. And
We got to get him on here at
yeah,
some point.
the Blue Man Group had posted a photo and it was like, does anyone recognize this location? And it was like them playing in like some warehouse or something like that. I don't even remember. But then I commented on it and I was like, is anybody going to talk about how these are actually just bald caps and that they're just stolen valor? Shake my head. And then they commented back, they're like, bald buds, how do you even know? Well, we don't know. So come on the podcast and prove it, Blue Man Group.
You're invited. This is
Yeah.
open invitation.
I'm convinced that they are bald caps. Maybe one of y'all is truly bald, but the others, you got hair underneath there, and you're playing a part.
They blew themselves.
They blew themselves.
You seen that Arrested Development?
No,
Oh, there's that.
I thought you were making like Blue Man Group blew themselves.
Oh, well, there's a scene in Arrested Development where a character dyes himself completely blue.
Oh yeah,
And he just says, "I
Yep.
blew myself."
Yep, the mustache guy, the bald. He's also a bald bud.
I think, yeah, he is. He is a bald guy, bald butt, and I think the Blue Man Group is a part of one of the episodes at some point. I think they become part of the show at in a later season, I think, but it becomes like lore in the
Interesting.
show.
I would
But,
love to see the Blue Man Group.
yeah,
I would love to.
that was a funny comment though. That was to shout them out though.
Heck yeah.
You're one smart feller.
One smart feller.
That reminds me there's like a tongue twister with smart feller.
Fart smeller.
Yeah, do you know the tongue twister?
I just know fart smeller. I just know that.
It goes, one smart feller, he felt smart. Two smart fellers, they both felt smart. Three smart fellers, they all felt smart. And you had to say all three of those.
That's a theater kid shit right there.
It might have been, but honestly, I heard it from my dad back in the day.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to see if you can nail the tongue twister.
I know fart smeller, smart feller, fart smeller.
Well, that's the thing is it's meant to trip you up so that you say fart smeller and then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I think. I think this would be a fun segment for us to transition into is, providing our own advice for like Reddit advice requests.
I'm so in.
I'm not entirely sure how we should go about it though, but I did pull up a couple of them just from like top ones within the past year.
Okay.
That have come up on the
Filtering by top past year. All right.
past year, yeah. First one is, do I tell my little brother what his "I love cream pies" shirt really means?
How old is he? That's
Junior in high school.
you definitely do.
He definitely knows. There's
Yeah.
no way you're a junior in high school and you don't know what that
There's
means.
no way. And yeah.
So
If
that-
anything, you as a brother go, let's go, man. Hell yeah. But also don't do that. You say, do not do that as a junior in high school.
should I ask my friend to buy me a new couch after breaking it due to their weight?
No, probably not. I mean, well, did the friend apologize? Is the friend like denying it?
It says, my friend came into town to visit for a few days. They slept on the couch during the duration of their time here. When they left, I noticed that the couch was sunken in a bit, but went to readjust the cushion and realized they actually broke the entire board and the fabric even tore where the wooden pieces were collapsed.
Oh, this is a tough one.
I texted them to let them know they broke it and even sent pictures, and their response was that they're sad about the situation. Person says, I feel bad because I know it wasn't intentional. However, I paid $1,500 for the couch and I can't just afford to fork out the money for a new one. Do I ask them to buy me a new couch? How should I go about this?
I feel like if you're a good friend, you'd figure something out to be like, help, even if you don't have the money to be like, hey, I can't give you $1,500, but like,
Yeah.
I'll help you get a new couch, or I'll pay you some increments of money or something like that. But
Like body positivity in,
Yeah.
in general is tough to balance with this one, I feel like, because at the same time, though, I think there is a little bit of responsibility on the person who
I agree.
did break it.
I agree.
Um,
Yeah.
But
Like, I think if I broke somebody's couch, because I'm an overweight guy, if I did on some on accident or whatever, I would be like,
I'd at least
let me help you. Yeah. Let me help you get a new one, fix it. Yeah.
I would at least start with like a meeting you halfway type of
Yep.
thing with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's tough.
That is.
The conclusion was I will not be asking them to pay for the couch nor to pitch in for a new one. I'll chalk it up to learning a lesson. Move on and start saving for a new couch.
Wow. That's a good. Wow. That's
I mean, learning what lesson?
not to let your overweight friends sleep on your couch.
No. That's terrible.
Yeah. Sorry, man. You have to sleep on the floor, but you have a
Yeah.
couch here.
Can you step on this?
No, I
scale
mean, yeah, I was
first.
just gonna say, how much you weigh though?
Yeah. Let me pull up my IKEA instructions for this to see what the weight limit is. Sorry, no, you're too big. You can't. But my floor. Well, let me check the weight limit on that too.
Yeah, that is a weird lesson to learn.
I haven't even read this one, but there's like almost 8,000 upvotes for this one.
Okay.
The title is just "My husband is in jail."
Okay.
Hi, tonight my husband and I were eating dinner, and my friend got in a fight with her boyfriend. My friend's boyfriend grabbed my friend's hair and forced her down to the ground and kicked her.
Oh.
My husband pushed her boyfriend and beat his face with his phone, and he got arrested.
Wait, beat the boyfriend he's the assaulter.
Yeah, the boyfriend is the assaulter.
He beat his face with his own phone.
He says with his phone. I don't know who his is, but he beat him with the phone, probably in his hand, like like a kind of like a brass knuckles situation type of thing.
That would not have come to. Wow. Okay.
And so then her husband ended up getting arrested
For what, assault, I'd assume, or something like that?
probably. Yeah. The police told me he will get released tomorrow. He was defending my friend who was on the ground, so I don't know what crime he committed. What do I do?
He probably didn't commit a crime yet. He's, he might be, if the person who got their face beat in is going to press charges, he could fight it by saying that, he was not self-defense, but defending another,
Yeah.
citizen's defense or whatever. I don't know what it would be called, but
Yeah.
what is the advice she's looking for? I
Yeah.
guess I'm confused.
Well, this is funny because like these are already like concluded events because these are all within the past year.
Yeah.
And we should not be people providing legal advice to anybody. But I feel like a lot of these are just going to be like the top answer on here is just says get a lawyer.
Yeah, I'm confused on what the advice is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's in the right, but I mean, excessive force is also a thing too, right?
Honestly, he should have just done it at a hardcore show and got away with it.
Dude, I'm telling you what,
Wasn't
last
thinking.
night I'm just let me talk about this for a second. Last night I saw broken noses.
Really?
I saw a kid's face. I say a kid, and these are like 22, 24-year-old kids.
Yeah.
I saw, these are grown adults, so I'm sorry, they're not kids. I saw a dude whose face was black and blue,
Whoa.
just completely bruised to shit. I mean, they kept telling us, this place is wall to wall, right? They kept telling us it's gonna pop off. It's gonna pop off. Everybody that was in this place, because it's like a scene of people that come here every weekend, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, yeah, whatever. First band starts. Me and the rest of the band, we beeline to the green room. We're just like, dude, we are out of here. We are not in here. We are not. This is not
old.
Too old. It was awesome. It was crazy.
No one lost any teeth.
No, it was all consensual. All these people that were there, they were loving it. I talked to these kids after we played that had, some bruises and some puffy eyes and stuff. They were loving it. It's like I was saying in the last episode, it's a weird culture. It's a weird subculture. And I think that's why it'd be fun if you and I went and did like a small documentary on it or something.
Dude, I'm already thinking it would be hilarious to like, how they do those trends where, hi, my name is Nate and this is my first drink.
Yeah.
If we do it with these kids at the hard show, be like, hi, my name's Sam and this is my first hardcore show. And then at the end of it, it's just like, my name's Sam. That was my
eyes all swollen up.
that was my first hardcore show. And he's like, face is like bruised and
It was crazy. I've never seen anything like it before. And I want to say thank you, Stevens Point, again. It was awesome.
Okay, this one's kind of funny. Need help with how much I should save when I'm gonna move to Ohio.
Okay.
Don't move to Ohio.
Yeah, 100%. Don't do it.
Sold.
Skibbity toilet, Ohio. Don't do it.
Skibbity Ohio. Worried my friend is in love with me, but don't want to make things weird by asking him. That's a good one.
Worried that my friend is in love with me. Why would you not want to ask?
Worried my friend is in love with me, but don't want to make things weird by asking him.
Freaking ask him.
So this person's, I'm 28, female. One of my best friends from college is a guy, 26. So he's 2 years younger. We've known each other for about 9 years. He's a very nice guy, almost too nice. He let me live with him when I had nowhere to go. Not only that, he cleared out his bedroom and let me have it during that month.
That man's in love with you.
He slept on his pull-out couch.
That man's in love with you. 100%.
He didn't even ask for rent, but I did pay him.
Just ask him.
But also, I don't know if like maybe she's not into him. I don't know.
Yeah, but like, what are you gonna do? Like, just continue your friendship, like in the back of your mind, thinking that he's in love with you. Like,
pretty much anytime I'm really upset, he will make himself available to talk to me on the phone. Last time I had a breakup, he bought me ice cream.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Who would have thought Bald Buds would turn into an advice column? This is from the Washington Post's advice column.
Okay. So is this like multiple?
There's a handful here.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a good amount. All right, I've got dying brother with no Jesus.
Off to a good start with dying brother.
Dying brother with no regrets hasn't apologized for bullying me. Call him out. Call him out,
We don't
man.
got much time.
I apologized on the last episode for bullying my brother. Call him out.
Wait, so oh yeah, so the brother that's dying is the one that
Who's the bully?
who's the bully.
And
Okay.
he's dying.
Yeah.
Just do it, man. Clear the air before he passes.
Might as well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's probably got some regret.
Yeah.
So
100%.
you might as well. He's probably just needs someone to break the ice on that.
100%.
I think that's all you got to do.
100%. Some of these are ridiculous. Like this says, guest insists I serve dinner burned. I want to know more about that. I want to know like what happened. Like, did they burn it? And the guest was like, "No, we're gonna eat it. We're gonna eat it. Put it. No, we'll eat it." You know, like that's disturbing. I wish I could see the details. Yo, Alice just tagged me in a post. Righteous Gemstones, new season.
Oh, nice.
Fuck yeah.
You know, I kind of want to have another season of what's that space show with John C. Reilly?
Oh,
Moonbase 8.
Moonbase 8.
I want another season.
I
of that.
loved that show. That show had me dying, dude.
Freaking Travis Kelce was in it too.
Dude, that movie was amazing. Or that show was amazing.
There was only one season, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a one season thing. Yeah.
They could have done more with it, I felt.
I agree. It's such a good concept. I got
Yeah.
one more thing for you, my man.
All right, hit me.
I got one more thing for you. We talk about AI a lot.
We do, yeah.
We do, because it's popping.
It's either that or Saving Private Ryan.
It's either that. It's either that or Saving Private. I'm telling you, you were talking about getting a whole mural up here
Yeah,
of
get a
Tom
poster.
Hanks, and it's just such a star-studded cast, man. It is. So it's either that or Saving Private Ryan. I wanted to talk about some stuff I was also reading a while back, actually, not even like recently, but it was about like an internet blackout.
Okay.
Did I talk to you about this ever before?
I think so, no.
So some people are saying this is highly unlikely, probably, but it could be as well. With the, as we've talked about previously, with the boom of physical media,
Yep.
the boom of like kind of going back to nostalgia, retro stuff,
Vinyls
having
popping
vinyl,
off,
all
yeah.
that jazz,
I think cassette tapes are getting
They
big
are.
too, yeah.
especially in like the metal hardcore scene.
Yeah.
Big thing, yeah.
Mm.
People are saying that AI will get so advanced in the next 10, 15 years that humanity will really, really, really struggle in the future with what's real and what's not. Like right now, like we can tell what's AI, right?
Yeah.
Boomers and people who are older, they're having some hard times. You know, they see the dude whose, eyeballs pop out of their head and he pops them back in and they're like, what the hell? But like, we're like, dude, that was AI,
That's a Sunday morning cartoon right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Ooga. But they're saying like 10, 15 years from now, that it'll get so advanced that humanity as a whole is not going to understand what's real and what's not. And that the internet itself will become a parody of itself. And that humanity as a whole will reject the internet. And that it will become almost obsolete within 10 or 15 to 20 years because of AI. That AI will end up like doing that. Honestly, I'm kind of cool with it. As the boomer in me is like, all right, man. Okay. I'll go back to just like watching DVDs and calling my friends and talking to them on the phone and shit. Like I'm down with it.
I think I don't necessarily disagree with that. I haven't even really like thought about like my own opinion on what that would happen or like what was going to happen with AI. I do think there's like, I was reading that there's some sort of, it's not like a theory, it's like an actual thing, but like because of the way we've done things, it doesn't create like a paradox, but it's like it creates like a circular type of economy almost, where it's like because we've had I think the way it started out was like because of all the forest fires in California. So
Okay.
that's how I heard about this, is that like, the reason it's a big issue is because like we built a lot of homes out of wood, which it was because we had an abundance of that when we first started building homes in America.
Okay.
And it's just kind of like we've built like a whole like economy or the whole like structure based off of that from the beginning, because like trying to change that nowadays to like stone isn't easy because of like, quantity or, just the infrastructure around
The resources.
the resources, because it's been wood constructed homes forever. So
Mhm.
that's kind of where
You can regrow it.
yeah.
You can, it's stone. There's only so much stone.
Yeah.
I think. I don't think you can like create stone, right? You can create concrete.
You can create concrete,
Yeah.
which is a lot more fireproof than wood, but
Yeah.
it's not it's probably not as cheap. It's not as it's not as available probably as like doing like wood construction is in most homes. It's,
Yeah.
it's probably more of like a price thing, to be honest, but I think it's because of how we've always done things. So it's not a new concept at all, but I do think that like, I wonder where AI is going to fit into that sort of, where like, are we going to create some sort of structure around AI that like it begins to automate so many processes for jobs in the future that we just can't go back to the way we did things before,
Mm-hmm.
or we can't do things any differently because AI handles it now.
Yeah.
So I do wonder if there's some sort of like, not like circularity to it, but is there like a dependence on it because of it being ingrained? Because it's already in a lot of like, jobs and
Corporate
things like,
environments.
Yeah, yeah.
My job, we used AI. My previous job, I had used
Yeah.
AI a lot. Yeah.
yeah. So it would be interesting to see that in the future. And I could see some people
But also, sorry, no, keep going.
I was gonna say just rejecting it, and like you said, in the future that like, no one's into the internet because it's just
Sure.
it's just robots talking to robots.
What I agree. I agree. But what if also this is also kind of interesting. I was watching I feel like we are sounding like the podcasters right now. They're like, this is so crazy and interesting right here. Like, just talk about quantum physics.
Can I blow your mind for a
Yeah,
second?
Yeah, like we sound like those guys right
I'm gonna
now.
pull off my glasses, and there's gonna be another pair of glasses underneath. Hey, can I blow your mind for a second? Talking to Brad the other day about this.
Yeah, exactly. No, but what if it's just a flash in the pan? Like, like
You say Pan or Pam?
no, a flash in the pan.
Flash Pan. Okay.
Like it's like a quick. It's a brief moment in history. I was watching a documentary recently, like this week actually. I don't know what my deal is with physical media right now. It's probably like it's a weird thing I got going on.
Okay.
But it was a documentary on physical media, and in particular like movie stores.
Okay.
And it was really interesting to have them talk about how movie stores were a huge part of society, a massive part of society, right?
Uh-huh.
And it only lasted maybe in the course of humanity 15, 20 years, right? And then
point,
it
yeah.
fizzled out by digital media. And it was such a massive, huge cultural impact of a thing. What if AI is like that? It's like maybe it is like huge right now, but maybe there's like you were saying, like legislatures or parameters that are set up
Yeah.
in the near future that do kind of like fizzle it out, or this isn't the future. That could also be another like side of the coin too. That this is either something that is going to truly impact us and it's going to be great. It's going to be rough. People deny it, or it's just going to be like it just fizzles out and it's
Yeah.
just like it's replaced by something else.
I do think that it's.
Did that make any sense?
No, it did.
Okay.
I think that unfortunately there's just too much AI that's open source right now that
Yeah.
like you can't really put parameters around it. There's
Sure.
I don't know
yeah.
how you could put legislation around it. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a politician. I don't know how you would control it at this point, or even like put parameters around it that like we're probably in for a rough future with some of the stuff of just because it's already getting to the point where some of it just looks so real.
Yeah.
That how do you distinguish if it's real or not just by like the community or what people know is actually happening in the world? Like if someone were to post something totally fake, how do you prove that that's not real or that it is real? It's it's rough. I don't know.
I'm dude.
You're blowing my mind right now.
Dude, I'm in. I'm in. Fucking blind.
You're going in blind.
That's good, man. That's good stuff. That's kind of a dark note to leave it off on, but
Future nostalgia.
yeah, future nostalgia. Dua Lipa, don't sue us.
Don't write us a diss track because
Yeah.
we can't come back. We can't.
I got nothing against you.
Yeah.
You're, great record though. Future nostalgia. If you haven't checked it out, this has been Bald Buds. Thank you.
Love you.
Love you so much. Stay bald.